So I've done this canvas recently, and it's not a commission canvas. It's not for any sort of, it's not for a customer, it's not for any of that. I tell you why I've done this canvas, and I recommend you all do the same at some point, which is, this is what you call a showcase piece. It's a piece which sort of shows off everything I can do in a canvas form. So, because canvas is one of them things that it's sort of, it's more for galleries and stuff, it's more versatile than paper, because paper you've got to get framed, stuff like that. Sometimes they can find ways of hanging paper in galleries and stuff if it's not framed or whatever, but generally galleries want framed stuff and everything. For those of you who've been involved in framing, you know it costs a lot of money. I've had to have stuff framed for exhibitions in the past, and it costs a lot of money. I mean, literally, like, me and P Toons did some pieces for the Black and White Gallery in Shoreditch a few years back, and the frame cost me 150 quid, to give you an idea. Because you don't want to, and that was just a simple black frame as well, 150 quid. It's a really expensive business. So canvas is a really good one, because obviously you don't need to get it framed. You can get canvases framed, but you can just put them, you know, on a wall like that as well. And these are showpieces. These are showpieces as to what you can do. You want to put everything you can do as best as you can do it on there. I've got a bit of a, you know, backgroundy thing. I've got some nice characters in the foreground, some letters with a nice little fill, all that. That's pretty much my stock in trade that you're looking at there. That is my USP, unique selling point, if you like. Yeah, that's what it is. So that people who are in the market for a commission or want to buy art or whatever, this is what I do. This is it. You're looking at it. To get a canvas like this done is expensive. It's expensive, I can tell you right now. If I was to do a canvas for somebody like this, that's at least £300. I've done more expensive ones than this. I did one which was twice this size for a guy, which was it was an American customer. Most of my customers are American or German, interestingly. Most of my customers either somewhere in the States or Germany. I guess that's because those countries, the love of graph is at the biggest, and they're more likely to put the money where the mouth is. I guess would be my guess. But anyway, I did one twice this size, and that was £500. So it's expensive, and the reason it's expensive is because it takes a long time. So this canvas took 12 hours to do, which may not seem like a long time, but that's 2 days work. That's 2 days. And I work fast. That's the other thing to say about this. I'm somebody who works fast. I do not hang about. I'm not meticulous in that way. I'm fairly meticulous. You've seen me work. You've seen my videos and everything. I'm not slapdash, but I'm not one of them guys. If you watch Duz and the way he paints and everything, it's really, really meticulous. You know, it's really, really delicate and meticulous. Some artists will spend days and days, weeks and weeks on marquee pieces and stuff like that. I tend to work quicker than that. And the longest I've ever taken was that 500 quid canvas, and that took me 4 days. That's what, by the way, that's why it cost 500 quid, because 4 days work, yeah, it's nearly a week's work. So that's why people often ask me if I've got canvas for sale, and the answer is mostly no. In fact, at the moment, the answer is yes, bizarrely. I've got a few little bits around and about, but they're old ones that I'm getting rid of just because they're cluttering up space. You know, it's one of them things. Whereas mostly, I don't have canvas for sale because it's so expensive. And commission canvas, forget it. Unless you got a few hundred quid to spend, I won't do it, because it's the working day. That's the problem. You know, the working day takes so long. Anyway, the fact is, you must have, if you're an artist, you want something like this on the wall, or you want something like this in backup, because also you get approached sometimes by galleries or people curating shows to say, oh, Q, can you do us a piece for the new show that we've got in blah blah blah? And I'll go, yeah, no problem. Then I realise that I've got 2 weeks to do it. I've got a full 2 weeks. of all sorts of stuff going on, and I haven't got time to do anything. And then I kind of go, right, okay, I need something up my sleeve. And this is the thing that's up my sleeve. That's not, you can't see that properly, can you? It's not quite all in. There you go. This is what I keep up my sleeve, basically. And this is why you need something like this. Because I know artists who've had pieces knocking around for years. They have like a really big canvas somewhere. I don't work really big. This is about as big as I work, or maybe twice that. That's about it. But they've got a large. Some guys got a large scale canvas, and by large scale I mean like 6 foot by 4 foot. And for years, somebody asks for it in a gallery space, they just send it out. Just ship it, stick it in a taxi, get it to the venue. There you go. They've got a canvas, and it sort of becomes it's a showpiece. That's what it is. If somebody wants to buy it, then they buy it. If they don't want to buy it, then it's good for the next one. And that's what these pieces are for. So I just thought I'd mention that really, because it's a sort of useful thing to know, and also, I'm very keen to show this showpiece off. Having done it and spent so long on it, I'm keen to show it off, because I won't do another one of these in a hurry because they take so long. I like to get a piece of work done in a day if I can. I'm one of them, I'm one of them people. I do not have the patience of a saint, as my wife will tell you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of a straightforward sort of advicey kind of video. But and you'll have seen by the point that you see this video, you'll have seen the actual making of as well of this one, which I'm really happy with, because filming a canvas over the space of like however long that took, 12 hours or whatever, is a bit of a feat of endurance in itself. Anyway, there you go, guys. Take my advice, knock yourself up a nice, like the best work you can do, basically. The best work, push yourself, even though it's going to be a pain in your rear end. Really push yourself to do everything you possibly can in a space that shows off everything you can do. Straight letters, my name, nice fill, characters in the foreground, nice little background, bits and bobs. Do it, honestly, do it. Lots of colour as well, you can see the colour. I've used a sort of standard, I've used this background palette, all in purples and pinks. That's one of my favourite schemes to use. I've used it about 3 or 4 times recently, because it's so good, it works so well. And then there's little bits of variation of colour here and all that. So anyway, do one for yourself, get one done, and get yourself out there.